Okay, hopefully my video is uploaded by now, or else this video will make no sense, because I just did a Wii U rant, and I'm frozen. Oh god, no, Logitech software, don't mess up with me, I'm doing things, and I'm not gonna edit this video, so stop it. Okay, sorry about that. My actual thoughts on the Wii U? Well, originally, I would have to say I would be lying if I wasn't kind of scared, or I don't know if I was scared, maybe disappointed. But that was just because it was a misconception. Because when I first showed it off, I had the same problem with everybody else that was watching E3. It's like, is this a new controller for the Wii? Are they not gonna upgrade to Wii U and like, well, not Wii U, like to something better, and something that's more powerful, something that's gonna stop making those little fanboys of Xbox and PlayStation go, Wii U's horrible, Nintendo's horrible, blah 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 blah. Shut the hell up. Honestly, I don't go around messing with Sony fanboys except for that video, but that's just because I was just being an asshole. Okay, maybe I do deserve some, but it's just because everybody keeps throwing it at me, so I might as well throw it back sometimes. Take a joke. And I, obviously, because you saw my PlayStation controllers, I own the PlayStation, so it's not like I hate it. Love my PlayStation 3, playing Portal 2 right now. But yeah, but it's not like I bought the PlayStation 3, it's like, oh, because Nintendo Wii, you get nothing. It was like, I have plenty of Wii games that are fun to play. Granted, yes, most of them are first-party titles, but there's a lot of first-party titles, and they're good. And there's third-party titles that were good on the Wii. You know what? I gotta stop. I gotta talk back to Wii U because we're gonna lose track. And speaking of third-party support, the Wii U actually, what we've heard from the grapevine, I can't confirm anything, but it's pretty concise and it's pretty accurate, I would hope, is that they're getting a lot of third-party support. Well, the support that they never had. Like, Ubisoft is making the Aliens game, I don't remember what it's called, and EA has some big support for it, and for the most part, the companies like it, and everybody's just kind of complaining and stuff, but like, mostly about how it's not going to be as powerful as 720 and the PS4, and I honestly don't really care because it's like, oh, well, here just gonna be blah 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 blah. But there's two things. First off, I feel like we're making it to a peak where the graphics are gonna get as good as they want to for a while. I know there's probably gonna be another big jump until then. And the second thing is that developers are scared to design these huge games, these games that'll look amazing and stuff, and they usually don't have the resources to make them. Even Sega's having some troubles with it, and they had to drop a lot of their freaking games, and that was sad. So yeah, it's kind of scary. So the fact that they're keeping it like it's more powerful than the PS3 and 360 is what we've heard, and most developers have said, yeah, it is more powerful. So I'm gonna go with them. You can bitch at me, I don't care, whatever. Put in the comments. I'll look at them later and then swipe them off, or not wipe them off, but not look at them really. I guess I lied. I'm not going to look at them. Well, I'll look at them, but then I'll pretend like I didn't look at them. Anyway, I mentioned in my little rant that all they announced was Pikmin 3. And I know they announced Smash Bros. 4 is going to be in the works. Not like a launch title. Pikmin 3. And I said Pikmin sucks in my little rant, but I actually love Pikmin. I had the first game. I never got to play the second game, but that's because my GameCube broke and I never had the chance. But my friend's bringing me a new GameCube actually tomorrow. So I'm really excited to go buy Pikmin 2, or I gotta go buy Xenoblade Chronicles, whatever. And I don't know. What I can tell, the Wii U looks really nice. It has the Zelda tech demo. The games look fun, and people are like, "Oh no, this is what I gotta talk about: is the gimmick, or the gimmick." Everybody is like, oh, it's just another gimmick to get blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, I could possibly tolerate that, except you can use it to play the game. And even though it's a selling point, they're still actually doing stuff with it to make it work in the games. People always like, oh, Wii was a gimmick, but they did some games like that. Even though, actually, I have to admit that a lot of Wii games I played, I just put a controller in and blam, there was almost no point, except for I had a few fun games that I played. Like, I played Metroid Prime, the first one, because I have the trilogy, which I gotta finish that someday, and that was fine. But you cannot complain about gimmicks when your system has DVD players. DVD players. He's like, yeah, it's a multimedia platform, blah, blah, blah. But it's still a gimmick. It's still, like, just to sell your system. There's no real point. It's just like, oh, well, we have a video game console plus a DVD player. Blah, blah. That's a gimmick to me. Maybe, I don't know, gimmicks are usually just to help sell your thing, blah, blah, blah. And, well, everything's a gimmick, I guess, isn't it? Stop using gimmick as an excuse. It's really getting annoying. And, actually, I should say this, that once again, I'm going into territory like I'm saying blah, blah, blah about all the systems that aren't Nintendo, but I do like them. I have a freaking PS3, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, 360, and Xbox. My very first system was a Sega Genesis, so it's hard for me to not, like, accept other systems. But, yeah, I should stop spreading all, like, this hate, because once you start spreading hate, everybody gets mad. I don't like that. I really just want to kind of chill and play games. That's all I want to do. I don't really care about the flame wars, but when I do see them, it kind of triggers a spike in my head, and it's like, oh, anger, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they're enjoyable to watch, so, like, and I'm not going to mention any websites, because then you're all just going to go troll in there. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. But I don't know what I thought. Well, the controller. Yeah, the people are always like, oh, it's rip off of the Dreamcast. I'm like, are you freaking serious? It's closer to a DS than it is a Dreamcast. Dreamcast, it had a screen in the middle of the controller. There wasn't really much of a use for it. This one, it looks like there's going to be more of a use for it. It's going to be actually have your game on there, so that's nice. And people are like, why don't you just buy a portable? It's like, well, this isn't really that portable. This is something that did disappoint me, kind of, but I should have expected it, is that you can't walk away that far. It's mostly just for, like, the people that want to watch TV while you can play a video game. And I almost think this is, like, the birth of, like, 5-player games, because there's 4 Wiimotes, or classic controllers, or whatever. They need to make a classic controller that is shaped like a GameCube controller, because that is the best controller of all time. Don't freaking argue with me. It is the best controller of all time. I don't know. I'm just really, I'm going to be there day one getting it. I don't usually, well, okay, this is going to make me sound like a fanboy again, but I don't go to the Sony and Microsoft ones. I go get them, like, either, like, a year later or something. I got the 360 maybe a year and a half later after the Wii. Worst system I've ever bought. Sorry, 360 fans. 360s are horrible. Just in my opinion. The original Xbox is great, but 360s are horrible. Just horrible. And that's why I love my PS3s, because it will never fail me. I'm watching One Piece right now, so, on my PS3. So, hey, look, the gimmick thing, yay, Blu-ray player, whatever. I do really need to see the lineup. The lineup is what I care most about when it comes to, like, Nintendo consoles. Pikmin 3, that's good enough for me to get day one. I'll be like, oh, Wii U, Pikmin 3, out. We'll play. There's probably going to be some stuff to mess around on the home screen, too, because I did that with the Wii. You can just play with the Mii channel and stuff. They gave away Wii Sports. That shouldn't be the best-selling Wii game or best-selling game, because that's like cheating. Just saying. And, Super Smash Bros. Is going to be awesome. Zelda Pikmin. It's not going to come out. You know, the next Zelda game is not coming out for, like, another 3 years. You're going to have to sit tight. And then there's that people always argue with the PlayStation Vita compatibility. It's like, oh, well, Sony's already doing it. It's like that. I was like, the PS Vita is like $300-something. And it's like, might as well go get a Wii U. At least I have a new system. And I can get some new Nintendo games. Because I absolutely adore Nintendo games so much. So fun. And there's another thing I mentioned in the rant, is that people are like, oh, Nintendo is so childish, blah, blah, blah. You really don't understand crap. If you're a gamer and you say that, you should have no respect from any other gamer. Just saying. It's really, really a sad day, because, God, it's just stupid. I could go on about it, but I think a lot of people have already gone over why it's stupid. I think I've done it before. I've talked about why it's a stupid argument. Yeah, it's in the 3DS rant video that I made, like, similar to, well, no, it was rant on rants. But yeah, it's not. They might be childish, but they're still fun. Video games are games. They're meant to be You're supposed to have fun. As long as you have fun, it shouldn't matter. God, people are stupid. Not all of you. But you're like, oh, well, you're just a Nintendo family. That's all. Blah blah blah. And we've already gone over how I have all these systems. But and you can see there's a picture of Chrono Trigger, Sonic All Stars, Sega All Stars Racing, which I've never actually played, so sorry about that. But Skyrim, see the Skyrim? It's right there. Uncharted 2. Blah. I don't know. I'm really, really just excited. Maybe it's because it's so late at night that I'm having trouble thinking of more things that people complain about. But I don't know. I don't know. That's what your response should be. When everybody's like, "Hey, what do you think of the Wii U?" I don't know. I'm excited, or maybe not. Don't be like, "Oh, it's gonna suck." You don't know that. You can't be like, "Ah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the greatest system ever." Good to have optimism, but you still don't know that. That's what starts the wars. So just wait, see what happens. You don't know. Nobody knows. Not even Nintendo knows what's gonna happen. Well, they know it's gonna happen, but they know how it's gonna sell. And they have at least one sale, and I'll be ready. I still got that accent going on. I gotta get rid of that. Woo! This has been Nick, and I am out. Stop twitching eye. Wrong eye.